In the past, everyone came to you and you did business at your own kitchen table.
This is Financial Services Representative Michael Libman with MetLife in Quincy. I still make house calls. I'll confidentially ask you questions to help you make decisions about your life insurance, IRAs, long-term care insurance, investing, and estate planning. Call me and I'll come sit with you at your kitchen table.
MetLife offers financial services and life insurance. Call Michael Libman. He makes house calls.
Push by the offensive line. Osborne, again, set up his blocks nicely and was able to cut off the blocks.
Blue Devils come to the line of scrimmage out of the huddle. It's going to be 2nd down and 4 from the 7-yard line. Blue Devils have started 3 of their 4 drives tonight in Richwoods territory at the 45, the 49, and the 27. And they're trying to punish Richwoods for their 2nd turnover here tonight. Now on the sideline, the official is gesturing to the ambulance. They're going to take it over to the far side sideline. Coach Little has come out to help the officials activate the medical personnel. The ambulance will be driven around the track here, along the east side, underneath the flags, and around to the Richwoods sideline.
Did someone get hurt?
I would imagine that's why they would send the ambulance to the far side, though play is not going to be stopped as the injured player is not on the field. Now, a water break being allowed for each team. And there's something bordering on controlled pandemonium on the Richwoods sideline. 6:16 to play in the first half, 22-0. Blue Devils leading Richwoods.
I can't see. I tried seeing the other side. I don't know what's going on.
Blue Devils have it 2nd and 4 from the Richwoods 7. Send trips to the near side. Ball in the center of the field. One man, it's Robbins behind the quarterback, Ricard. Going to turn around, hand it off to Robbins. He wants to run to the short side. Cuts it up to the 5, takes it down to the 4, fumbles it. It goes to the far side sideline. And did Richwoods recover before it went out of bounds? Or did the Blue Devils get on top of it? Robbins puts it on the carpet. And who's going to come away with it? Richwoods comes away with it. So the Blue Devils have their first giveaway of the night. Robbins, usually sure-handed, fumbles it at the 5 after a gain of 2.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. You know, the problem is we go single backs, trip set, and we virtually never throw out of that formation. So, you know, you can only do that so many times. Richwoods figures out, you know what, Robbins is going to get the ball. They download their linebackers, send them on a blitz. He's got nowhere to go, and they all just rip at the ball.
So the Blue Devils, who punished Richwoods for their first fumble, can't score to follow up the second fumble. They give it away, albeit at the Richwoods 5. Richwoods has not picked up a first down here tonight, just 6 yards in the rush game, and they are -6 overall. Start at 1st and 10 from their own 5. Hand it off to the far side. Blue Devils give up 1 yard on the short carry by Pleiss. Jaquari Pleiss.
I'd be surprised if we see Gillespie in the backfield again. But I don't understand why we aren't seeing O'Neal or Love at all.
So far, Love's had just the 1 carry. Billed is the two-way star. He's been their leading rusher coming into this one. O'Neal, 59 carries for 475 and 6 touchdowns. I formation now behind Barris. Turn around and keep it with Barris. He wants to run the option, pitch to the outside. Blue Devils digging for the football and nowhere to go. Devils shut down that option pitch to the outside on the run by Johnson.
Wow, the Devil defense is really, really flowing well here tonight. That was a pitch play that just really had no place to go.
3rd and 8 now for Richwoods from their own 6. 4:55 to go. So the Blue Devils trying to shut down another 3 and out for Richwoods. They'll go twins right and left. Barris is yet to attempt a pass tonight. He wants to throw it. He's got a man open over the middle. It is incomplete. No flags yet on the play, and it won't be a flagged pass interference as Barris tried to come over the middle and hit Ross on a crossing route. 3 and out for Richwoods again.
Yeah, and not only Ross is down now. I think he got hit in the head and coming across the middle. Quincy High is lucky they didn't get a helmet-to-helmet hit on that for a personal foul 15 yards. Somebody came across and actually, not the initial defender, but the second defender came in, gave him a shot, and I think they hit helmet to helmet.
So Ross is down. The medical staff for Richwoods has been overworked here tonight. The ambulance that was present went around to the far side to check on someone. It has stayed here at Flynn Stadium and is tucked back into its waiting position just down to our left here in the press box. Now Ross is down at midfield inside the 25-yard line with 4:34 to play in this first half. The Devils of Quincy High lead Peoria Richwoods 22-0. We'll step aside for an injury timeout from Flynn Stadium. You're listening to Devil Football on the Fox.
This is your home for Blue.
In the past, everyone came to you and you did business at your own kitchen table.
This is Financial Services Representative Michael Libman with MetLife in Quincy. I still make house calls. I'll confidentially ask you questions to help you make decisions about your life insurance, IRAs, long-term care insurance, investing, and estate planning. Call me and I'll come sit with you at your kitchen table.
MetLife offers financial services and life insurance. Call Michael Libman. He makes house calls.
L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore. And love was made for me and you.
Yard line. He took some heavy contact on an incomplete pass with 4:34 to go in this first half as the Blue Devils have forced Richwoods into another 3-and-out. Jim, Richwoods has only run 8 plays from scrimmage tonight. 2 of them have been fumbles. 1 was a sack for a loss of 12. The other 2 have been runs for 0, 2, 3, and 3. This is not the Richwoods team that I expected to see here tonight. They have been hampered by some injury issues, but right now, I don't know whether to point the finger at Richwoods for their lack of execution or a congratulatory hand at the Blue Devils, whose defense has been outstandingly smooth and swarming here in the first half.
I'm going to focus on the latter because I tell you what, watching this team here tonight, I think the Devils have just totally taken Richwoods out of their game. The defense has been dominant. The line has been controlling the line of scrimmage on both sides of the football, and basically a flawless first half so far by the Blue Devils to get them where they are right now, 22-0, 4th down and 9, with Richwoods having to punt from their end zone as Ross is gingerly helped off. We certainly hope that young man's okay, but I would venture to say he has a concussion and won't be back here the rest of tonight. In fact, he'd have to sit out, I believe, the rest of this game.
So Ross is helped to the far side sideline for Richwood, and the Devils are back to receive at the Richwoods 35. Stay away from the punter, as Jim always says. That'll be good advice for the Devils here. The punt is low. It's a skipper, and the Blue Devils will finally run away from this, and Richwoods will down it at their own 35-yard line. Another 3-and-out for Richwoods, and the Blue Devils will have it again in Richwoods territory at their 35.
You know, not to belabor the point, but I wonder if there's something we don't know about why Love and O'Neal have not been in the backfield. They're 2 leading rushers here tonight.
Yeah, Love has 1 carry, and O'Neal hasn't even lined up in the backfield.
And they're both starting on defense. I mean, they're both out there right now.
4:25 to go here in the first half. Devils line up wing T. They're going to hand it off, double handoff, come to the near side. Get Kirkard out, he's leading the way. Unmisig is at the 30, knocked down at the 25, he loses it again. The Devils have just evened up the turnover battle as they fumble it on the near side sideline, and Richwood picks it up. Unmisig, after a short carry, gives it right back to Richwoods.
Well, I watched that play. That was O'Neal, 23 from the backside. He got caught in the wash, chased the play down. Unmisig was kind of tiptoeing, waiting for his blocks. O'Neal trailed behind everybody, made the tackle, and as he was bringing him down, ripped his arm out. Now, here we go. We Love and O'Neal now in the backfield for Richwoods. I don't know what they were waiting for, but
You have to wonder if it was some kind of first quarter suspension or something along those lines, but they were in there defensively.
Unfortunately, the Blue Devils were not able to capitalize on the last two possessions inside the 10 and now inside the 30.
So the Blue Devils and the Knights even in the turnover game right now. Blue Devils swarm in at the line of scrimmage, wrap up and take down Richwoods. Nowhere to go that time on the inside handoff to Love.
Yeah, going back to my point there, Robbins had a fumble on the 4, taking away points. We just got the ball on the 35. Unmistake fumbled at the 29, possibly taking away points. You know, that's 2 touchdowns that you arguably could put up on the state. 1 for sure, you got it on the 4. You know, this should be 29 to possibly 36 to nothing at this point. And that, you certainly hope it doesn't come back to bite you later in the game, because now they got O'Neal at the fullback spot and Love behind him.
3.5 to go, first half. 22-0 Devils. Gonna fake it. Rolled practice out to the far side. Wants to throw a short pass, and it's incomplete. No one was home as he overthrew his intended target, O'Neal, out of the backfield.
Yeah, he overthrew him by 6 yards. I don't know. O'Neal kind of looked and thought it was going to somebody else.
Yeah, Barris has not been accurate in the passing game so far tonight. That stops the clock with 3:28 to go in the first half. Devils still leading 22-6. All 3 timeouts remaining for Richwoods. Devils have burned 1 timeout on their side. 3rd down and 9. I've got it at 3rd and 10. Ball's still at the 28-yard line, hasn't moved. So Richwoods looking for offensive answers. Barris in under center. They're going to line up Gillespie in the backfield again. They know no fear. Gillespie's going to take the snap here. There's a flag on the play. Did they run out the time clock?
No, I think they don't have the tackle covered.
Yeah, that's going to be illegal motion. Explain that rule, Jim.
Well, the 2 inside slot receivers were both off the line of scrimmage. The end wide receiver was on the line of scrimmage. You have to have the tackle covered on the inside wide receiver with the next 2 off. So they didn't have enough men on the line of scrimmage is basically the way that plays out.
So that'll set Richwoods back to 3rd and 14 at their own 23-yard line. They have to get out to their own 37-yard line for a new set of downs. Richwoods hasn't picked up a first down yet tonight. They're going direct snap in the backfield to Gillespie. Gillespie wants to heave it to the far side. Wide open, Devils turn around, make the play on it. It is intercepted and then dropped. Bilgree was there in support as the safety. He had a chance to catch a tipped ball. It just couldn't come up with it. So the Devils will force 4th and 14 from Richwoods. Richwoods now has Gillespie, who has fumbled it twice tonight, taking the snaps. No word on if Barris was injured on that play, but Gillespie is now taking the snaps for them.
Yeah, that was a jump ball that actually Covington cut in front of Brockmiller, fought for it, and the ball was tipped up in the air, and that's how Bilgree had a chance, and it fell in between him and hit the ground.
Here's a short snap. Oh, it's fumbled by the punter. Blue Devils tackle him inside the 12-yard line, and the Devils will have it 1st and 10 in the red zone. That was a fumbled snap on the punt by the kicker, Cole. He had to cover it and go down.
Well, if there is anything that could go wrong for Peoria Richwoods here tonight, it certainly has. If I was their coach, I'd feel darn lucky we're only down 22-0 right now. Your team has done absolutely nothing correct, mainly due to the Blue Devils, but that right there is an unforced error, dropping the snap. There was nobody. It wasn't a lot of pressure coming from the Blue Devils.
1 man back, you got to convert here. 1st and 10 from the 12, up the middle. Robbins holds on to the football. He's got a gain of 1.
Yeah, you cannot walk away again without points here.
86 yards on 17 carries for Robbins. He does have the 1 uncharacteristic fumble in this first half. Unmisig has the fumble as well. So Jim's right. The Blue Devils scored on their 1st, 2nd, and 3rd possessions with touchdowns and then fumbled it away once at the 4 and then at the 35. Started at the 35. The fumble was at the 27. That's all that stopped him tonight. Wishbone run it to the outside. Osborne tries to get the corner. He's going to be wrapped up. Keeps the play alive. Cuts it back. There's plenty of room. Now stops again and darts forward. He'll be tackled at the 17. If Osborne had kept coming to the near side, I thought there was room to cut that back against the wash. But he'll be dropped for a loss of 5, maybe 6.
Yeah, I thought he had a chance to outrace O'Neal to the corner there and just see who had the better speed. unfortunately, the Devils now are shooting themselves in the foot. You've got these great opportunities and are not capitalizing. Now we got 3rd and 14.
Now you wonder, yes, you're leading 22-0, but this is a quality Richwoods team despite their slow start, and you have to wonder, how many points are you leaving on the field, and is it going to come back to haunt you? Trips to the far side, 3rd and 14. Robbins behind the center. They're going to run the delay draw again. Robbins to the outside, 15, dances his way up to the 12, now hit at the 11 and down at the 10. That'll be a gain of 7 on the play, bringing up 4th down and 6 from the 10-yard line.
Yeah, he lowered his head and got as much as he could there against Love on the outside. But you've got to come away with points, and I think that's why we're seeing the field goal unit come on here with 1.5 minutes to go, and you'll give Unmissig a try from about the 20.
They're going to spot
the
this
17?
at the 17, so make it a 27-yard field goal. 27-yard field goal try for Unmissig. The snap to come. It is good. The hold is good. The kick has plenty of leg on it. It is up, and it is good. Unmissig splits the uprights from 27 yards out. Devils go up 25-0 with 70 seconds to go in the first half. They'll kick it away next to Richwoods on 103.9 The Fox.
From the first snap to the
Well, at least they got points.
In the past, everyone came to you and you did business at your own kitchen table.
This is Financial Services Representative Michael Libman with MetLife in Quincy. I still make house calls. I'll confidentially ask you questions to help you make decisions about your life insurance, IRAs, long-term care insurance, investing, and estate planning. Call me and I'll come sit with you at your kitchen table.
MetLife offers financial services and life insurance. Call Michael Libman. He makes house calls.
5-0, minute 11 to go from Flynn Stadium. Sean Seacrease, Jim Hansen with you. Thanks to Bob Goff and his staff from QuincyJournal.com for coming out and broadcasting tonight's game on QJTV. Just go to QuincyJournal.com on your mobile device, on your tablet, or at home as you're warm, probably with some delicious warm drink on a night like tonight. Jim just likes a little steamed milk. It's a classic for him. Kicking it away is Unmissig. This will be taken by Richwoods. They drop it at their own 4 now. Pick it up at the 5, gallop to the 10, cut outside at the 12, at the corner, and turning it is Jamison. Jamison's in the flow out to the 40, and the Blue Devils, who had him pinned back inside the 10, will watch Jamison take it 30 yards on the return out to his own 41 with a minute to go.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. They dropped the ball. I thought we had him pinned at about the 10, and he just kept outrunning everybody to the corner, was able to turn it up and caught kind of a wall on the far sideline. Sets up Richwoods now first down at the 40. The question is, I guess you're down 25-0 with a minute to go. Why not?
Oh, you have to try and get
yeah.
something. Right now, Richwoods on the far side. Roland Brown, the head coach in his 5th season, 46-13, and he's wondering if the bus ever had wheels the way tonight has gone. Back in under center is Barris. He must have just had a stinger and come out shortly. Blue Devils are able to stand up and bring down Price again as he came to the near side and got 3 yards and a tombstone pile driver for his efforts. And the Devils have forced another turnover. It was a late fumble call, and the Devils will get it back from Price. This has been a slippery football. Somebody needs to call up the Red Sox John Lester, get a little firm grip out of his glove, and rub it all over the football tonight.
Yeah, I didn't see that, but I heard about the highlights on that, and he got leveled. I mean, I don't know who that was, but lifted him in the air, and he must have fumbled it when he was going to the ground. Now, here we go, shotgun trips. Let's see some passing.
So the Blue Devils get it back
man.
again,
What on
and
earth?
the flag flies. That looked like a jailbreak early on illegal motion. Yeah.
We had 4 guys that just took off running without even watching the football.
There have been so many turnovers tonight, Jim, that it's been hard to keep track of who has tried to regain the momentum. Devils obviously have it leading 25-0, but Richwoods has put it on the ground and lost it 3 times, the Devils twice. But Richwoods' problem is they keep giving it away in their own end. Originally at the Richwoods 43, Devils are backed up after that 5-yard penalty. They'll be 1st and 15 from the 48. Pass it over the middle. Devils have it at the 40. Jitterbug up for a gain of 8. And that was just a quick pitch on the outside to Unmissing.
Blue Devils use a timeout here, stop it with just under 40 seconds at the 40-yard line. They've got one more timeout available.
So the Blue Devils, who took it over with 50 seconds to go, they have it 2nd and 7, middle of the field at the Richwoods 40, leading 25-0 with 40 seconds on the clock. Blue Devils, they have left points on the board. Yes, it's 25-0 Devils, and their defense has been at its zenith of a Blue Devil team that I have seen in the last 7 years since I was able to take over this Blue Devil chair. And Jim, this offense, it has been unstoppable tonight by the Richwood defense. Unfortunately, they've stopped themselves twice with a couple fumbles deep in Richwood's territory.
Yeah, and boy, you wish it was 39 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. We still got another half to play. You don't want to get complacent in the locker room, but certainly on both sides of the football, the Blue Devils look like the 86 Bears, or 85 Bears, or 84, whenever they won that Super Bowl.
Hey, all three of those were pretty good. 2nd and 7 out of the shotgun now. Kirkard wants to throw. Looks downfield, has plenty of time. Steps up into the pocket, finds a man open far side. Devils scat out of bounds with Robbins. He picks up the first down on a gain of 10, and the Blue Devils pick up a first down via the pass for the first time tonight.
Now, that means nothing to a lot of people, but that was one heck of a football play. Great time. He had 4 seconds to throw. No one was open. He checked down to his back out of the backfield. Robbins was there. Ball on the money. Completed pass. Got out of bounds. First down. Stopped the clock. Everything was right on that play. Absolutely perfect across the board.
44 yards on 4 of 5 for Kirkard in the passing game tonight. He's hit Robbins, Unmissig twice, and Holschlag as he spread it around. 1st and 10 from the 32, 32 seconds to go. Devils are going to run this one with Robbins. He comes to the near side. The Red Sea parts in front of him. He's at the 25, the 20, rides a block to the 15, the 10, and jukes out of bounds at the 9-yard line. 23 seconds still to use, and it's 1st and goal from the 9.
Well, a little delayed handoff out of the backfield there. Shotgun draw, got around the corner. Good block by Prost. I didn't know if they were going to try and get him for a holding. Then he comes out here and gets behind Holschlag, and Holschlag absolutely puts number 5 Johnson, the 5'8", 155-pound defensive back, on his back. Great block. Obviously, Holschlag's quite a bit bigger than 5'8", 155, but nice block regardless, and now you're set up inside the red zone, inside the 10 actually with 23 seconds.
Wing T behind Kirkard, handed off to Osborne. He wants to jet to the corner. He's at the 10, turns the corner at the 6, the 5, slings it into the end zone. Is he in or did he step out of bounds? He's in from 9 yards out. The Devils turn a fumble into even more points. They'll go up 31-0 with the kick to come. A 9-yard touchdown scamper out wide by Osborne.
Well, and of course the Richwoods coaching staff is absolutely beside themselves over there about something. I don't know what.
Unmissig ready to add the extra point. Bilgree to hold. 15 seconds on the clock. Bilgree sets the tee. Unmissig, the lefty, drifts off to the right. The snap is good, the hold is good, the kick is up and plenty good. 32-0. Blue Devils on top of Richwoods. We'll keep this here with just 15 seconds to go before halftime on 103.9 The Fox. Jim, the offensive numbers will be gaudy. You look at Richwoods' stat sheet and it looks like a clean sheet from a good soccer match, while the Blue Devils have just run all over the place. Robbins, the leading rusher in the game, 19 carries, 116 yards, a touchdown. Osborne, 7 carries, 30 yards and a touchdown. Unmissig, 7 carries, 89 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Devils have had it all their way here in the first half.
They certainly have, and gosh, the Richwoods offense has just been anemic. I mean, how many plays did you say they have? 7 plays?
I've got them for 8.
8 plays in a half of football. Now, it doesn't help that you're turning the ball over, but goodness, they don't even have a first down.
Pleiss has fumbled. They've run 9 plays from scrimmage and fumbled away 3 of them and lost all 3. That's not a good percentage.
No.
Although it makes the math easy for me. Blue Devils kick it away from their own 40. Unmisig, he's just going to go with a squibber right up the middle. Takes a huge bounce, and this is going to set Richwoods back at their own 10. Devils close down the lanes and bottle up Richwoods. Oh, no, he's freed out to the 35, and the Devils, who thought they had the return man bottled up, have to make a desperation tackle from behind at the last moment to bring down Bracey as he is out to the 37-yard line. This is a Richwood team that has looked more dangerous as we expected. These last couple returns have put them out near midfield. But this time the Devils only have to run 7 seconds off the clock to stop Richwood before halftime. Richwood start 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line, but just 7.4 seconds to work with. Barris is back in at the quarterback spot. Gillespie took a couple of snaps. Not sure what was wrong with Barris at that point. One man on the wide side, near side, I formation. They're going to go with a quick handoff. Run it to the outside. Love gets knocked around out at the 44-yard line. He'll make it a pickup of 7, but that's the end of the first half. A stunning performance by the Blue Devils, rating near perfection across the board offensively and defensively. They have a 32-0 lead on State Power Peoria Richwoods as we go to the half at Flynn Stadium. Coming up in Blue Devils at the half, we'll take a statistical look at the first half. Bo will give you all the highlights, and Jim will have his keys to the second half. It's all coming up on 103.9 The Fox.
In the past, everyone came to you and you did business at your own kitchen table.
This is Financial Services Representative Michael Libman with MetLife in Quincy. I still make house calls. I'll confidentially ask you questions to help you make decisions about your life insurance, IRAs, long-term care insurance, investing, and estate planning. Call me and I'll come sit with you at your kitchen table.
MetLife offers financial services and life insurance. Call Michael Libman. He makes house calls.
L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore. And love was made for me and you.
Another round of applause for the Quincy Bombers. Thank you, ladies, for all the contributions to our halftime this year. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our final halftime presentation of the 2013 football season. Ladies and gentlemen, the Quincy High School Marching Rubber Band, Color Guard, and PCC Commerce are proud to present our competition field show for the final time in this season. The band has done very, very well in many of our parades, winning first place, and in competition, receiving fourth, third, and second in 4A. Outstanding Auxiliary Awards, as well as the Best Percussion Awards in many competitions. Drum majors, Nick Foster, Gabby Green, and Cody Osborne, is your band ready to take the field? Ladies and gentlemen, the Blue Devils go west. Congratulations, seniors, as you leave the field for the last.
In the past, everyone came to you and you did business at your own kitchen table.
This is Financial Services Representative Michael Libman with MetLife in Quincy. I still make house calls. I'll confidentially ask you questions to help you make decisions about your life insurance, IRAs, long-term care insurance, investing and estate planning. Call me and I'll come sit with you at your kitchen table.
MetLife offers financial services and life insurance. Call Michael Libman. He makes house calls.
Back at the palatial 103.9 The Fox studio. That's in the contract. Jim knows that. He drew it up for management. Jim, as you look forward to this second half, Blue Devils leading 32-0. I mean, what changes do you make other than maybe rubbing your hands together so you can feel the football and you don't fumble it?
Yeah, I was going to say maybe stuff some warmers into your feet and your cleats so you're not getting cold. But boy, more of the same. I tell you what, the one thing you need to guard against is the mental letdown. You're up 32-0, cruise control, thinking, oh, we'll just skate out of here. And before you know it, this thing, could be 32-21 pretty quick if you haven't done some good things on offense. They need to keep controlling the line of scrimmage, keep the running attack going so you can grind out part of the clock. But most importantly, boy, have that defense flying around to the football like they were in the first half and be more of the same.
43 degrees, same temperature as it was at kickoff here at the half. So this is where we're going to kind of sit overnight. So if you've got the blood flowing and you're warm from the first half, I mean, you just got to go out there and get warmed up again for this second half. Blue Devils doing their jumping jacks in a circle on the east end of the field, while Richwoods goes to its full spread pregame warm-up on the west end of the field. Blue Devils have dominated the first half. They lead it 32-0. Can they close out and go 7-2 and put themselves in the conversation during tomorrow night's IHSA selection show for a home playoff game? We'll find out next as we kick off the second half on 103.9 The Fox.
The Blue Devils play here.
In the past, everyone came to you and you did business at your own kitchen table.
This is Financial Services Representative Michael Libman with MetLife in Quincy. I still make house calls. I'll confidentially ask you questions to help you make decisions about your life insurance, IRAs, long-term care insurance, investing and estate planning. Call me and I'll come sit with you at your kitchen table.
MetLife offers financial services and life insurance. Call Michael Libman. He makes house calls.
L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore. And love was made for me and you.
To start the second half as the Richwood Knights won and deferred the game's opening toss. Jim and I were just playing Make a Fantasy Match for the IHSA in the postseason breakdown tomorrow.
Hanky already came out. Play a game.
And Jim has picked his fantasy dates for the Blue Devils. He wants to see the Devils start here at home against East St. Louis. Jim, defend your pick.
Well, why are we going back to the 25?
The Blue Devils have been flagged for delay of game.
But that was 5 yards?
No, that was 15, and I believe that was thrown because of the halftime show. The band drew a 15-yard penalty.
The band, and that's just ridiculous.
So the Blue Devils
I've never seen that before.
Kick it away from their own 25-yard line. Unmissig has a lot of leg, but he's, the end zone's out of play right here. He booms it away, and Richwoods will take it from their own 20 on the run. Richwoods sets up the wall. They're at the 30, now the 40, busted up the middle of the 45 and near midfield. Richwoods will have it near the 50 after a 30-yard return. And so an extensive halftime show gets the Devil defense in a little bit of trouble for the first time tonight.
You see, and that really isn't, we can kind of smirk and joke, but it's really not funny. I mean, they extended the game early before kickoff because of senior night and all those festivities. And, you know, the band goes late, and now it's kind of like your fans in basketball getting a technical. You know, you're just giving the other team field position now at the 50 instead of possibly having Unmissig drive it back, you know, into the end zone. So this is upsetting.
First and 10
guy.
from midfield for Richwoods. Richwoods wants to come out, run an option. They'll pitch it out to the near side at the 50 to 45. Stung at the 43 and dropped as the Blue Devils are able to huddle up on Huerta and take him down, but not until he gains 7. Well, that just about doubles the first half yardage for Richwoods on that 1 7-yard carry. They were held to 8 yards on 8 carries in the first half. Into Blue Devil territory for the first time tonight for this Richwoods offense. 2nd and 3 at the Blue Devil 43-yard line. Out of the eye, they'll turn around and hand it off. First down for Richwoods. Their first down of the night as they're able to pick up 4. That was just a quick rush forward that time by Love, just his 3rd carry. 7 yards on 3 carries for Love.
Well, the last thing you want to let Richwoods do to start the second half would be to score a quick touchdown here. You know, only a minute in, they've already marched 12 yards, got the ball at midfield to start the second half.
Richwoods, 1st and 10 from the Blue Devil, 39. Breris going to take it on the outside on the pitch, keeps it himself. He's at the 35. He's going to be wrapped up by Bondon, but not till he gets to the 32. It'll be a pickup of 7 for the quarterback, Breris, as he kept it on the pitch option.
I imagine, you know, this isn't unexpected that Richwoods would come out here a little pumped up and fired up. I'm sure they got a good butt chewing at halftime. You know, this wasn't what they expected to start the game, so the Devils better be ready for a game Richwoods group here in the second half.
2nd and 2. Richwoods going to turn around, go option again. Pitch it outside. The ball is lost. The Blue Devils have intercepted it. They'll go back the other way to the 50, the 45, the 40, the 30, the 20. The Blue Devils take it all the way to the end zone on the defensive scoop and score. The Devils take it with Quincy, who has been Johnny on the spot on turnovers in the last 3 weeks.
Wow. All the bounces are going the Devils' way. Read option. Barris is coming out. Quarterback goes to pitch. I don't know who the back was. I didn't see the number. Ball goes on the deck, bounces right up into the hands of Creasy, who's coming to fill on the play, and he takes it to the house. And had he been caught by number 53, Keith King, the offensive lineman for the Knights, he would have never heard the end of that from his friends.
So the Blue Devils get a 67-yard fumble recovery and touchdown from Creasy, and they go up 38-0 with 10:03 to go. The extra point from Unmissig is up and good. Devils lead it 39-0 with 10 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. They'll kick it away to Richwoods coming up next on the Fox.
You're listening to QHS.
In the past, everyone came to you and you did business at your own kitchen table.
This is Financial Services Representative Michael Libman with MetLife in Quincy. I still make house calls. I'll confidentially ask you questions to help you make decisions about your life insurance, IRAs, long-term care insurance, investing, and estate planning. Call me and I'll come sit with you at your kitchen table.
MetLife offers financial services and life insurance. Call Michael Libman. He makes house calls.
Was able to jet down the field, showing off his wheels The Blue Devils get 67 yards out of the defense, and they are 1 point away from a running clock here in the second half. Unmisig, short kickoff from his own 40. They want to keep it away from this return core for Richwoods. They're willing to give Richwoods decent starting field position around the 35 without the threat of a run back. Richwoods does fall on it on the far side sideline, right around the 40, so they'll start 1st and 10 from there. Blue Devils have absolutely dominated defensively. Yes, Jim, we can point to the offense putting it on the carpet a couple of times, but this defense, I haven't seen anything like it in blue and white in the last decade.
Yeah, they have absolutely manhandled the Richwoods offense here tonight.
Richwoods comes out from their own 37. They're going to go option handoff straight up the middle. They're able to just pound it on the inside and move it across the 40 out to the 43-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 4 or 5, and now Richwoods having trouble with Love getting up from that carry. He is kind of easy on that left ankle for the second time tonight.
Not only have they put the ball on the ground a lot and fumbled it, Creasy's got to come out now for the Blue Devils for he's bleeding on his elbow. But Richwoods is like a mash unit. They've got Love's going out now with an ankle.
Yeah, he can barely make it to the sideline on the far side. Richwoods is going to go I formation behind Barris, the quarterback. Twins to the near side. Barris hands it off inside. Nowhere to go for O'Neal, his first carry of the night, and he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 1. They'll give him a gain of 1, set up 3rd and 3 from Richwoods' own 45.
You know, O'Neal is a little ginger on his ankle, too, and I remember last week after the Galesburg game talking with Coach Little, and I could recall him saying one of them, either Love or O'Neal, had been hurt and only played defense 2 weeks ago.
That was O'Neal. 3rd down and 2. I formation behind Barris. Turn around, go with the option. Barris going to keep him himself. Nowhere to go on the corner. Blue Devils stack him up. Second effort may get him to the first down marker. It'll require a generous spot, and I think Barris has it for the first down. Devils came in, wrapped him up, and only the second effort from the quarterback moves the chains.
Yes, that was a generous spot. I thought they stuffed him short of the first down.
But Barris just hasn't looked fundamentally sound when he's running that pitch option.
No, and certainly a little timid maybe because his running backs have been putting it on the ground every time he pitches it to him.
Just the second first down for Richwoods tonight. 1st and 10 from their own 47. Twins near side I formation. Going to pull it back, wants to throw. Barris not much time. Devils knock it down. Bondon got in with both hands up. He was fundamentally sound. Knew he couldn't get to Barris, so he got his hands up in the passing lane and knocked it down. 8:27 to go. Blue Devils haven't had an offensive snap yet this half, and that's good news. Creasy's scoop and score of 67 yards has the Blue Devils up 39-0 over Peoria Richwoods. 8:27 to go, 3rd quarter at Fling Stadium. You know, the fan in me, Jim, just now wants to see that selection show tomorrow night. 2nd and 10. Going to fake the option. Back to pitch it. Barris comes out wide to the near side. Blue Devils nearly intercept it. Knock it away at the last minute. No grab as they tried to come to Flaherty, the tight end on the near side. And it is incomplete. 3rd and 10.
Yeah, nice play by Bill Gree, who came up from his free safety or strong safety spot and was able to reach in and knock the ball away from Flaherty. Good timing. Got there right as the ball was getting there. An incomplete pass brings up a 3rd and 10.
Bowerly comes off for the Blue Devils. Brockmiller is a guy that's had a lower body injury. He's fared well here in the cold tonight, and a timeout has been taken by Richwoods. 8:22 to play, 3rd quarter. 3rd down and 10 from their own 47-yard line for Richwoods. They are looking for something to go their way tonight. Jim, not much has. It has been just turnover after turnover. And on Creasy's fumble recovery, that was just Barris not giving his running back much on that option pitch as he threw it right behind him.
Yeah, and you know, on this artificial turf, the ball just bounced and kicked right on up in the air, right into our hands, and off we go. It's kind of been interesting as we talk about it. You know, in the first half, Richwoods ran 8 total plays of offense, or 9 total plays, minus 4 yards, and here we are now 3.5 minutes in, Richwoods with their second possession, and the Devils haven't run an offensive play yet in the second half. So a little weird tail of the tape kind of here in this first start of the second half.
Score update from around the conference. Rock Island has found their offense. They are now within 5 points of Peoria Notre Dame. Notre Dame still leading 24-19 now. That Rock Island team's a second half team, Jim. We know that. 3rd down and 10 for Richwoods. From their own 47, back to pass. Blue Devils in free on the blitz. It is short underneath, and the Devils knock it incomplete. Holschlag came absolutely unhindered from his defensive end spot and had Barris on the run out of the shotgun.
Yeah, they were trying to set up a middle screen to O'Neal, and unfortunately, when you're trying to set up a screen, you at least got to have a 1,000, 1,002 block. It's kind of like a draw. You at least want to make them think you're pass block and then let them run by. Unfortunately, Richwoods just let all the Devils run by, and they got right to Barris quickly.
You go fake punt here?
No.
Richwoods back to punt from their own 35-yard line. The punt is low, and it's going to say, oh, nice grab by the Devils on the return. Brockmiller at the 30, dances to the 35. He's up to the 37. He reached up like a shortstop and grabbed that line drive, saving the Devils at least 20 yards of field position. They'll be 1st and 10 from near their own 40.
Yeah, he makes some dangerous plays back there as a punt returner. We saw earlier in the game he went to field it and try and snatch it away from the Notre Dame punt cover guy and dropped it, and Bilgrey was able to fall on it. But that time, he certainly the risk paid off with saving the Devils about 20 yards of field position.
Blue Devils 1st and 10 from their own 38. They'll come out, one man in the backfield, trips to the near side, look for a handoff to Robbins, the fullback. Turn around, hand it to Robbins, wants to run short side of the field, gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe even a yard short of that. He's forced out of bounds.
You could call that from here before we even ran the play. I mean, we knew exactly what was coming. You're up 39-0, and you go in that formation. There's no way on this green earth you're going to be throwing the ball out of that.
8:03 to go, third quarter. Devils up 39-0.
Worse, even worse, he got pushed out of bounds, so the clock stopped.
Yeah, and lost a yard along the way. Now you just want to keep the clock going, move the chains, and you're second and behind the chains. Blue Devils back to the wing tee. 2nd and 11. Set a man in motion. They're going to go jet sweep with Osborne. Coming to the near side, cuts it up inside. At the 40, turns the corner, the 45. He's got the 50, the first down. Stays in bounds, dances around a man. Osborne is gone. Nobody going to catch him for Richwoods. Osborne, 63 yards and a touchdown. No flags on the field, and it's a running clock for the Blue Devils at home. Over. Oh, now there's 2 flags down on the near side. Yeah. This one's going to come back.
No, I think, as I said, they literally ripped his helmet around. It was a face mask. Osborne almost got pulled out of bounds by the face mask. I think they're going to decline it. It's a personal foul face mask.
So it looks like the official has conferred with the Blue Devils. It is a personal foul face mask against Richwoods. I saw those flags late. There was no holding. Keep the touchdown. Osborne goes in from 63 yards out on the jet sweep right, and he's into the end zone. 93 yards now on the night for Osborne. He picks up on the season touchdowns 8 and 9. He and Robbins now with 9 touchdowns apiece on the season. And the Blue Devils will have a running clock to run this victory out at home over Richwoods. The extra point is coming from Unmissing. The Blue Devils, daunting here at home. Swept up and pushed toward the far upright, but inside of it. And the Devils lead 46-0 with 7:51 to go. You're listening to Devil Football on the Fox.
In the past, everyone came to you and you did business at your own kitchen table.
This is Financial Services Representative Michael Libman with MetLife in Quincy. I still make house calls. I'll confidentially ask you questions to help you make decisions about your life insurance, IRAs, long-term care insurance, investing, and estate planning. Call me and I'll come sit with you at your kitchen table.
MetLife offers financial services and life insurance. Call Michael Libman. He makes house calls.
The flag on the field was correctly identified as a face mask on Osborne. He was able to go 63 yards with his helmet on sideways. That's how good he was. Here's a little squib kick by Unmisig. He wants to take it right up the middle. Richwoods returns it out to the 44-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Richwoods with the clock running once the offense comes onto the field. Now the clock operator leaves it run. I thought he was going to, out of, inexperience of home running clocks, they may not have let it go, but this is running.
This is the first time you and I have ever had this in our careers together.
From their own 44, Richwoods comes to the line. 1st and 10. Richwoods. Barris turns around, hands it off. They want to run it right up the middle, get out to near the 50, pickup of 6 on 1st down, and just straight ahead running. That's maybe soften up the Devils a little bit, but it's going to be an opportunity for this clock to continue running as Pice, who fumbled it earlier, picks up 6.
Well, Bondin's out now. You're getting him some rest. You've got Sharp in there. You've still got Schluter. I believe Damon has taken Bondin's spot.
The Blue Devils. 2nd and 4. Turn around, quick handoff, keeper this time. It is once again Gillespie taking the snaps. He's up the sideline on the near side from the 50. He is down at the 33-yard line. Give him a gain of 17. Gillespie, first carry he hasn't fumbled on tonight. He was 2 for 2 on 2 carries and 2 fumbles. Now he's taking the snaps again, or at least did that time. Just a direct snap to him, and he runs off to the far side now. Barris back in the game. So Richwoods trying to find something here. They obviously feel like they need to work on something here in week 9 in the second half. Clock still runs down to 6 minutes. Richwood turnaround fake. Barrett's going to keep it himself across the 30. Dances down to the 26-yard line. He'll pick up 6 yards. 16 yards on 4 carries for Barris, the quarterback. He's fumbled it once and been dropped for a loss of 12. That was a sack as he dropped back for his first pass of the game way back in the first quarter.
Are they over 50 yards of offense yet? Close, yeah.
Yeah, they're closing in on it. Yes, they are. Richwoods 2nd and 3 at the Blue Devil 26-yard line. Devils lead 46-0. Barris to pass, goes for all of it in the corner. Blue Devils tip it up, and it's incomplete and caught in the back of the end zone off the tip. It's Richwoods with a 25-yard touchdown as they go complete to Bracey. The only reason Bracey caught that was because the Devils went for the pick on the far side and couldn't come up with it. That was in and out of the hands of Parker Schutte. And Bracey was just Johnny on the spot when the ball fell in his lap.
You know, not only does that happen only to Quincy, we don't catch the ball like that. That's the second week in a row we've had that exact same thing happen. We should have had the interception. It goes right off our hands, right into the other team for a touchdown.
Barris to Bracey. The extra point is low. It hooks, and it's no good. Blue Devils lead it 46-6. And they will get the ball when we return. 5:17 to play in the third quarter. Running clock at Fling Stadium as the Devils look to move to 7-2. You're listening to Devil Football on the Fox.
This is your
In the past, everyone came to you and you did business at your own kitchen table.
This is Financial Services Representative Michael Libman with MetLife in Quincy. I still make house calls. I'll confidentially ask you questions to help you make decisions about your life insurance, IRAs, long-term care insurance, investing, and estate planning. Call me and I'll come sit with you at your kitchen table.
MetLife offers financial services and life insurance. Call Michael Libman. He makes house calls.
Fox.
46-6. Blue Devils still up big over Richwoods. Richwoods got in for the touchdown, 25 yards from Barris to Bracey. And the Devils are about to get it back as Richwoods toes it from their own 40. They're going to go short pop-up kick looking for the onside. Devils cover it up. Turtle at their own 36, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Devils at their 36-yard line.
Great catch by Derek Rowand over there to get underneath that and get the ball and get down.
5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Actually, it was a heck of an onside kick. That ball sprung way up in the air.
Devils, well, it's 12 against 11 now, and what I mean by that is the clock is firmly on the Devils' side. It's running, and the Devils are up 40 late in the third quarter.
Look for handoff right, handoff left, handoff up the middle, punt if we have to.
Devils come to the line, wing tee behind Cricard. Devils still with the starters in. They're tuning up for the playoffs next week. Osborne has it, sweep to the near side, out to the 40, ridden down at the 41. That's a gain of 5, set up 2nd and 5.
See, and I don't know if I agree with that right now. You're up 46-6. You've had 2 starters that are out earlier in the year, Osborne and Robbins with an ankle injury. Why would you need to leave them in here now, knowing you've got a playoff week next week? Get them out so they don't get hurt. This game's over. They don't need to prove anything. Robbins is already over 100.
Osborne just needs 2 yards. He's 9 carries for 98 and 2 touchdowns. Wing tee again, handed off to Unmisig. Unmisig going outside, wrapped up from behind at the 42. That's just a great open field play by Keontre O'Neal.
Yeah,
we called his name early, Jim, but he was washed out for those middle 2 quarters.
Yeah, he was able to fight off the face block of Quentin Lefevre there and get across him and get to the play. Now you see Rowan in the game. Good. Robbins is out. Unmisig is gingerly coming out, and he's been replaced. So
Brock Miller going into the backfield for the Blue Devils.
So the backfield now is Brock Miller, I think, Bew, and Rowan. Rowan.
3:20 to go. 3rd down and 4 for the Devils from their own 42. Blue Devils with a whole new backfield. Bew's close to the line of scrimmage. They hand it off right up the middle. He sneaks across the 42 out to the 44-yard line. Blue Devils needed the 46 for a first down. They won't get there on Damon's 2-yard carry. Damon gets 2 on his first carry of the night. Damon coming into the night, 14 carries for 43 yards and a touchdown. His longest so far, 11 yards. Clock runs down to 2:40 to go in the third quarter. Blue Devils going to go for it on 4th and a long 2. Come to the line of scrimmage. Under center, Cricard. They're just trying to draw Richwoods off sides. Devils have plenty of timeouts, and they'll use one now. 2.5 to play. Third quarter, Devils up big at home, 46-6 over Richwoods. Timeout on the field. We'll take one, too. You're listening to Blue Devil football on 103.9 The Fox.
This is your home for Blue Devil football.
In the past, everyone came to you and you did business at your own kitchen table.
This is Financial Services Representative Michael Libman with MetLife in Quincy. I still make house calls. I'll confidentially ask you questions to help you make decisions about your life insurance, IRAs, long-term care insurance, investing, and estate planning. Call me and I'll come sit with you at your kitchen table.
MetLife offers financial services and life insurance. Call Michael Libman. He makes house calls.
L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore. And love was made for me and you.
Blue Devil football on the Fox.
A sour night for Richwoods continues to get even worse. The Devils punted on 4th and 3, and Keith King of Richwoods came in and blew up Unmisig, the punter, about 3 seconds after the ball was gone. The official watching the play immediately threw the flag. It's going to be roughing the punter, and the Blue Devils get a first down at midfield. 2:17 to play, and this has been an uncharacteristic Richwoods team here tonight, Jim.
Yeah, I thought that would have been a 5-yard variety, but,
Either way, it was good for a first down. Just stay away from the punter in that situation.
How many times do we say that?
2 minutes to go, third quarter. Devils come to the line. That new backfield is in the ballgame. We'll give them to you as we go along. Devils going to turn around, hand it off, run it right up the middle. At the 50, the 45, jets to the 40, 35, 30, ridden down from behind. Inside the 25, the Blue Devils, Derek Rowan. We know he's got jets, and he just burst up the middle for a gain of 28.
Yeah, that was a nice run, nice cut.
They're going to make that.
Noah's dad's going to be happy
30.
about that one.
Yeah, gain of 30 right there. That was a quick hitter. He takes it down into nearly the red zone. Blue Devils have it 1st and 10 from the Richwoods 22. 75 seconds to play third quarter. Running clock. Blue Devils were up 46-0. Richwoods picked up a tip touchdown to make it 46-6. Devils going to turn around, hand it off again. Keep running it toward the 20. And Rowan is down after a gain of 2. Make it Damon. Damon on a carry of 2. He's got 4 yards. Flag flies late. This is going to be a late hit. And the Devils have Cole Howerton, the junior offensive lineman, down and holding a knee. He's rolling around at the 19.
I hope that's not Lefevre, actually. Isn't that number 53?
I thought it was 55. Let me put the helpers on. No, you're right. It is Lefevre. That's 53. He came into this one with
he
a
was
bad
standing
hand.
around and got hit late.
Yeah.
By one of the Peoria Notre Dame players around the pile after the play was
Richwoods.
over. I'm sorry, Rich. I've
That's
been
a
saying him all night.
Double fine for you. Personal foul against Richwoods. This is going to be half the distance to the goal line, so we'll take it from the 18 to the 9. Devils will have 1st and goal from the, now they're going to say the foul was at the 21, but it's going to be the Devils' ball at around the 10-yard line. They're going to be just shy of the 10, so the Devils will be 1st and 10 from just shy of the 10, so they can pick up a new set of downs before they score. Another untimely penalty for Richwoods. The clock heads to the end of the third quarter, and we go to the fourth quarter next. Devils up big at home, 46-6 over Richwoods on 103.9 The Fox.
In the past, everyone came to you and you did business at your own kitchen table.
This is Financial Services Representative Michael Libman with MetLife in Quincy. I still make house calls. I'll confidentially ask you questions to help you make decisions about your life insurance, IRAs, long-term care insurance, investing, and estate planning. Call me and I'll come sit with you at your kitchen table.
MetLife offers financial services and life insurance. Call Michael Libman. He makes house calls.
L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore. And love was made for me and you.
Yeah, and certainly couldn't have scripted it any better. Coach Little's obviously enthusiastic and keep the clock running and get out of here and get on to next week.
So the Blue Devils looking to go 7-2 on the season. Under center, they're going to hand it off inside. Leap across the 10 and down to the 9. Devils pick up a quick 2 on that inside move from Rowan. He looked like he tripped over his own lineman's feet. 32 yards on 2 carries for Rowan. And that clock is only going to stop on touchdowns, scores, or kickoffs. That's the running clock situation in the state of Illinois. Now, because of the injury, Blue Devils don't have another quarterback they're comfortable going to. So it's going to be Cricard in under center. You know, that was Cricard coming off the sideline. Out of the wishbone, Devils run it around to the 10 on the near side. Cut it back up the middle, down to the 6. Rushing down to the pile to the 5 and just short of the 5-yard line. The Devils are turned back after that quick hitter on the inside as they just wanted to turn that toward the end zone after they put it into the hands of Carter. Carter 3 yards on that carry inside. That'll make it 3rd and, well, call it a long 5. The ball is at the 6, just outside of it. The Blue Devils need to get to the 1 for a new set of downs. 10.5 to go in the ball game. We kicked off late tonight. It was senior night. It was an extended halftime show. A halftime show that's going to lead to probably the most interesting question of the post-game show with Coach Littles. Trips to the outside. Blue Devils hand it off. Want to run it to the wide side. No one there. Devils going to be tackled at the 3. Just a quick handoff and good downhill running from Brody Francis. But Francis had no one out to block for him as they ran that away from the trip receivers. And that'll bring up a change of possession on downs. So
Actually, it's now only
fourth down.
Yeah.
Okay. They changed it so quickly. I thought that was going to be change of possession. The Devils just handing the ball around to their depth on the backfield. Damon, Rowan, Carter, Francis. It's been just a litany of first touches here on this drive.
Yeah, it's good to see. I'm glad they got the starters out of there. No one gets hurt. You're ready for next week. Get them some rest.
4th and 2 from the 3. Wishbone behind Krikard. Turn around, hand it off. Blue Devils going to be hit in the backfield. Nowhere to go as the defense collapsed. And were able to submarine Goffner on his carry.
Well, unfortunately, O'Neal is down, and I think what happened is he came running in there, went and hit him low and took a helmet right in the knee, a knee to the helmet. And
the clock has stopped for the injury with 9:17 to play here at Flynn Stadium. The Blue Devils looking to run it out, head to 7-2 on the season. But with Richwoods' injured man down, we'll step aside for a timeout. Richwoods ball, 1st and 10 at their own 3. Devils leading 46-6 on 103.9 The Fox.
You're listening to
In the past, everyone came to you and you did business at your own kitchen table.
This is Financial Services Representative Michael Libman with MetLife in Quincy. I still make house calls. I'll confidentially ask you questions to help you make decisions about your life insurance, IRAs, long-term care insurance, investing, and estate planning. Call me and I'll come sit with you at your kitchen table.
MetLife offers financial services and life insurance. Call Michael Libman. He makes house calls.
$9:17 to go in the ball game. All Blue Devils at home, 46-6. Sean Seacrease, Jim Hansen with you. It is the 2-deep offense all the way for Richwoods. They run it up the middle from their own 3, sling it out to the 11, and the Devils extras on defense in to continue the work that the first team put in. It was Pice taking it from the 3 up to the 10, so give him the gain of 9. He's got 17 yards on 4 carries tonight. Clock continues to run, and the Devils, they want to get out of here without any injuries. They know they have a playoff date next week, possibly at home. Turn around, hand it off. 1st down for Pice. He's across the 15, out to the 16. Give him a gain of 5. 22 yards on 5 carries now for Pice. Taking a look at other scores that are coming in from around the Western Big Six Conference this evening. No update yet on that Rock Island Peoria Notre Dame game. Rock Island scored, make it 24-19 PND, and that's the one I'm interested in, how that one is going to finish. You had Rock Island undefeated on the season, the last Western Big Six champ, trailing at Peoria Notre Dame. Turn around in the I formation, hand it off again to Pice. He'll be ridden down at the 18 for a gain of 1. He's got 23 yards on 6 carries now.
a nice tackle by Sharp, who's coming out of the game now, and same with Cooper Bowles and some of the older guys getting recognized here on senior night, and Bondin's out, and good chance for some of these other kids to get some playing time. And you need that for the group that's coming back next year. You don't want to go into the season with a bunch of untested guys who didn't get to play much, and you don't get to see them on film.
2nd and 8, far side hash mark, left to right. Pitch sweep for Richwoods. Richwoods cuts it up the seam, out to the 25, now the 30. Cut back at the 30, 35. Blue Devils are just chasing Johnson. He's on the far side sideline across midfield and ridden out near the 45. Johnson takes that one for a ride from his own 14-yard line out to the 45. And that's a big pickup for Richwoods as they take it across midfield for just the 2nd time tonight.
Yeah, nice track down by Matt Bilgrey there to chase him down from his safety spot across the field. The problem was we got him bottled up and no one tackled him. He was able to cut across the field and cut all the way to the far side, and Bilgrey took a nice angle to tackle him and keep him from scoring.
41 yards for Johnson. 1st and 10 for Richwoods at the Blue Devil 45-yard line. One man out wide. Turnaround Barris going to keep it himself on the pitch option. Blue Devils stand him up at the 42, but he forces his way down to the 39. Give him a pickup of 6. 22 yards on the night for the quarterback, Barris. But he is just 1 for 7 in the passing game. It was a touchdown thanks to the Blue Devils' tip. They had the interception, did Schutte, but it went off his hands, popped up, and standing right behind him, completely covered and forced out of the play was Bracey until Schutte missed the catch and fell down, and Bracey was just there all alone with the ball in his lap. That's been the only score of the night for Richwoods. 2nd and 4 at the Blue Devil 39. Going to step into it. The ball carrier is the twice fumbler, Gillespie. He is down after keeping it himself on the quarterback option at the 36-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 1. Gain of 3 for Gillespie. 5.5 to play. The clock continues to run. 3rd and 1. Chicago Marist has finished Moline 41-6. Rock Island has come all the way back and tied at 27-27 with Peoria Notre Dame. That Rock Island team, they're not invincible, but they just do so many things well. 3rd and 1, turn around, and Gillespie has the first down. He's down to the 30. You better pile him up. He's down to the 26. He was looking for just 1 yard on the play from the 31, and he picks up 5.
Yeah, unfortunately, we had no one that tackled him as he just went right off the tackle, right off the left tackle.
1st and 10 for Richwoods at the 27-yard line. 4:40 to go. Blue Devils turned it over on downs back at the 10:30 mark. 6 minutes has come off the clock. It's a running clock because of the score. Blue Devils up by 40. Under center, Gillespie wants to go handoff. He gives it to Johnson. Johnson comes near side. He cuts it back to the 25 to 20. Blue Devils hit him at the 17 and bring him down after a gain of 10. 51 yards on 3 carries for Johnson. All that coming here on this final drive as we're down to 4 minutes.
The worst of all things that could possibly happen is they score a touchdown here, because then that takes us under the 40 mark, and then that takes us to stopping what would be a otherwise running clock.
Now a timeout has been called by Richwoods. 3:58 to go in the ball game. Richwoods timeout. We'll take it with them. Blue Devils lead 46-6 on 103.9 The Fox.
You're listening to Blue Devil Football on the Fox.
Type game.
Richwoods 1st and 10 from the Devils 17. Going to turn around, hand it off to Johnson again. He's hit at the 15, down to the 14 as he picks up 3 yards. 54
Got people
yards.
rested. You won your last game, went to 22-3 at home over the past how many ever years. Basically didn't allow Richwoods cross midfield except twice. Minus 4 yards in the first half. I mean, you can't. You can run out of things to say about how good this team played tonight.
3:20 to go. 2nd and 6 from the 14 for Richwoods. They've got another new man in under center. Turn around, hand it off, still going to go to Johnson. Johnson's going to be stacked up at the 11. Tristan Hose into the ball game at quarterback. And Johnson just takes it down to, they give him the 10 on a gain of 4. And the Devils looking at 3rd and 3 to stop Richwoods. They'll have to stop him twice. You'd go for it twice. Tristan Hose, the junior, 5'8", 150, the quarterback, defensive back. That's 150 after you fed him an entire large meat pizza. I mean, this kid, they must have weighed him with wet pads on. Turn around, hand it off. He's going to keep it himself. Wants to scat to the corner. He's going to be pursued, and he is ridden down big time by Dayton Buckley, the junior linebacker. Buckley came on and just swallowed up Oz. That drives it all the way back to the 15-yard line on that loss of 4.
A great play as he came in behind the guard and just was able to outrun Howes to the corner and make the tackle for a loss.
4th down and 6, under 2 minutes to go. Devils up by 40. Hose under center, I formation behind him, going to keep it himself again. He is hit, but he pitches it late. Going to come near side to Johnson. Johnson tries the corner. He's out of bounds, and he is short of the 10. It's going to be Blue Devil ball on downs. They can go to the victory formation here and wrap up a Week 9 win over Richwoods, 46-6. Now the Blue Devils
take a knee.
Take 2. That's all you got to do. Blue Devils are going to win this one by a final of 46-6. It was 46-0. This is a Richwoods team that was in the state championship game 2 years ago. Now, granted, you graduate, guys.
I hope so.
But they're also a program that's known as a powerhouse around the state. A decade of playoff appearances. You know, they went to the playoffs more times in the last 10 years than the Blue Devils have gone to the playoffs. They were 10 for 10. The Blue Devils just going to the playoffs for the 6th time this year. Blue Devils.
Oh, Coach Little just got doused with the
Gatorade bucket
on a
Gatorade
cold bucket on a cold night.
Devils run it into the line of scrimmage for no gain, and that is going to do it. The Devils shock everyone and come out with a lopsided win over Peoria Richwoods, 46-6. They are 7-2 on the season. They are in contention for a home playoff game, and we will talk it over with a jubilant and wet Coach Little coming up in the postgame show. Devils 46, Richwoods 6. You're listening to Devil Football on the Fox.
The Blue Devils play here.
In the past, everyone came to you and you did business at your own kitchen table.
This is Financial Services Representative Michael Libman with MetLife in Quincy. I still make house calls. I'll confidentially ask you questions to help you make decisions about your life insurance, IRAs, long-term care insurance, investing, and estate planning. Call me and I'll come sit with you at your kitchen table.
MetLife offers financial services and life insurance. Call Michael Libman. He makes house calls.
L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore. And love was made for me and you.